your probable regret now is that the day after that you didn't just put more in.
that now, because obviously I've invested a lot more than £100.
Yeah.
I've come to terms with, okay, I know how it sort of works. If I'd actually paid attention to like the companies, the prices, how they fluctuate during the whole 3 months pandemic, because looking back now, if I had put in money into the companies that I've put in money now, you know for a fact that you would probably have doubled your money.
And this is the thing, because a lot of people have reached out to me now, and which I'm really happy about, and just wanted to get into investing, and I can kind of tell like there's always different types of mentalities, and I would say there's no set way to invest. Like Sassan's gone over, you can do like a workplace scheme, you can open your own accounts, but there's passive investing and there's active investing. So there's like the approach that Sassan took at first, which I would say is more passive, is like you just put something amount in and you just kind of forget about it for a while. Like, and that I would say works for the majority of people. That you can also use apps like Acorns, Wealthify. Those are kind of like robo investors that you just put in a certain amount and it will automatically invest it into a set amount of companies based off the choices that you put. But at the end of the day, I feel like there's always a benefit of understanding the companies more, like understanding what you're actually putting your money into. And I just want to kind of say, like now we've just had Tesla Battery Day, and I know so many Tesla investors that didn't watch it. It's like, this is your money. You should understand where you're where you're putting your money. Like, so another thing I wanted to talk about was like doing due diligence on the companies that you're investing in. So you clearly now take more of an interest into understanding how the companies are. Like, what's your general process? Like, what do you do?
Well, firstly, I pick companies that I am familiar with, that I've either used or have products in those companies, or work for. You know?
Yeah, that helps.
Because you know a fair amount about stuff. So that's my first approach of actually the company itself, knowing what you're entering in for. Because if I was just put money into a random like company that I had zero idea what it is, it's just not. It's not the smartest thing to do, because it could just...
It can go either way, and you don't really know how to feel about that since you don't understand it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Secondly, from there, I then go into looking at their quarterly sort of statistics and figures and stuff like that, to see how they're actually coping, quarterly or year on year. And if it's all good, and I know the company as well, then that's
I think that sounds really good, and I feel like that is a step above a lot of people, because I feel like now that I think I really need to make a YouTube video about this, like the different levels of investing. Like when you first start, I've said it so many times, my first investment was Coca-Cola, just because who doesn't know Coca-Cola? Literally just did that, and loads of people don't go any further than that. The next couple steps is actually understanding the company, look at their metrics, look at how they perform compared to their competition. There's just so many different levels to it that I feel like if you want to be an intelligent investor, you really should take the time to try to understand your investments. And like one thing that Sassan is doing amazingly well, he's staying within his circle of competence. Obviously he's got this compensation scheme that he can do with his company, but he also works there, so he obviously has a better understanding of what the company is doing, so he can make a better judge for himself whether that's a good investment or not. And I just feel like a lot more people need to stick to that.
Yeah, I agree.